Let's get a couple pre-riffs going.
All right, pre-riffs
One
going.
of those things where we laugh and then we click and we go, ha 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 ha. We're already dying of laughter.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah.
What's up, dude?
What's up, dog?
What's up, dog? Okay, here we go.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Clap.
What's up, dog?
What's up, dog?
I'm keeping it real.
Yeah, good. Very good.
Today I've got Julia Zhen on the podcast. Julia is an old friend, probably the person I know the longest in New York that's in the comedy scene. I know some friends from like high school.
Yeah.
But person that does comedy for sure.
Yeah. I mean, like, I've known you longer than I've known John.
Damn.
Yeah.
Did you go to school, John?
Mm-hmm. I didn't meet him until like literally my last 2 months of college.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
That's actually my first question. He is actually on the board. My question is, how's Johnny doing?
Oh, he's good. He's great. He has a new job that he started not too long ago.
Oh, hell yeah.
Making more money now, which was, I mean, I think being in New York, like 60% of the time you're like, oh, money, you know, thinking about like, do I have enough of it?
No, definitely.
Yeah, but he's good. I mean,
just had an existential crisis. No, yeah.
No, but like he, doing stand up and just trying. Everyone's just trying to make it. You know,
you guys live near each other.
Not at all.
No.
He lives in Manhattan, off of the West 4th stop where NYU is. And
don't dox him on the podcast. Everybody, if you want to hunt down Johnny, he lives near NYU.
The various parts where NYU is located.
He lives in that vague area. Can you give the exact address?
I was literally about to give it. No. You see, we're such good friends. Like, I was just gonna, like, we're in a normal conversation. No, but yeah, he lives in Manhattan. I live in Bushwick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So do you guys meet in the middle, or is it always one person going all the way out to the other?
I usually will go out there on the weekends just because like his roommates are there too, who like he's known like pretty much his whole life, and I hung out with a lot like over COVID and like in and like my last 2 months of college. So pretty like I would go in and hang out there.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
And do you have like roommates or a studio, or what's happening?
I have 2 roommates. We live in a 3-bed, 3-bath, so I do have my own bathroom. Everybody,
damn, that's crazy. I only have one.
Yeah.
Fucking bathroom.
Yeah, I gotta let everyone know
for 4 people, and I'm always using it.
John also lives in a 4. John is like you. He's the one that's on the toilet for the longest time compared to everyone else.
Hell yeah. Does he have a bidet?
Yeah.
Yes, dude. I'm in there just with it turned on, just hanging out.
While you poop.
Oh, actually, he was doing a stand-up set one time. He was like, anybody here have a bidet? And I wooed, and he was like, yeah, I know you freaking have a bidet, Penny, like to the crowd. I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah, no, you definitely.
We have talked about it.
Yeah, you come off as a bidet guy for sure.
What do you think, folks? Vote now on your phones. That's the audience. If we can address, that's the audience.
Yes.
This is you.
Yeah. Call in if
Call
you
in now.
Can't text.
1-800. What's that?
Yeah, but like when John like for example, because like tonight we're going to, or like, you know, Honey Baby is like in Bushwick or whatever, like whenever he's like doing mics or whatever nearby, like he'll like come and crash at my place, like if it's
that's
late.
convenient.
Yeah.
Or do you end up doing stuff out that way?
Well, I mean, there's just like happens. I mean, Pine Box is near me. Mika Bar is near me.
Do you end up like you go to his place? You're just chilling. But he's coming out at your place. It's half work.
Yes.
Half.
Yeah.
It's business and pleasure.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
That's
yeah.
what's up, dude.
Yeah. It's definitely more pleasurable when I buy groceries, which often I will forget to do. Yeah.
You go to the grocery store?
You know, I try my best.
Nah, I'm not even trying. I'm like getting online. There's a grocery store near, like the closest grocery store. When I went, it's like flies and stuff on the fruit. Just like I'm like, this is like, they look like shit.
Yeah.
It smells like spoiled milk.
Is it the Key Food?
Yeah, don't dox me.
Oh, sorry.
No doxing. I live near a Key Food. Google those and then be like, Benny's. That's the closest grocery store to Benny.
We can just replace it with the name of a completely irrelevant grocery store like Jewel Osco. That's a Chicago
we'll dub
grocery
over
store.
and change my lip movement.
Yeah.
Have it be I live near Walgreens. I don't know. Something.
Yes. Yeah. I'm gonna accidentally dox like 5 other people before like by the time we're done with this. Yeah.
Who would you most want to dox? Like, if you wanted to give somebody's information to the public, who would it be?
Does it have to be somebody I know now?
No, but I am curious about in general and also somebody that you know.
Okay, so I think like in general, I think I would want to dox like I don't know, like okay. For context, I would want to release this information to like a very powerful group of people, and I like K-pop, like army Twitter, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Because those people really have a lot of bargaining power in general. So I would probably like I don't know, like dox like Alex Jones or something, and just like get those you know K-pop stans on Twitter to like really just bug him, you know.
I understand you're a massive BTS stan.
I am.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
I wouldn't dox any of them.
No.
Yeah.
I would like you to brief tangent. Care to elaborate on that?
The BTS thing?
Yes.
Okay, so actually this shirt
It says lover.
is a I don't know, some kind of brand that like I don't know. But anyway,
My shirt says fighter, actually.
this chair keeps
Just
slipping
kidding,
out.
just kidding.
Oh my god. Okay.
Get in frame, folks.
Yeah.
That's like, BTS.
Yeah. I mean like it's like kind of like as like a haha joke, like wow, Julia, she's so random, like she likes BTS, but I mean it's also because I just do like them, because also like they're Korean and like they're Asian and like they're so popular, and I feel like that's like kind of like the first time at least I've seen for like mainstream media for there to be like East Asians that are just like, oh wow, like they're kind of so similar to me.
Yeah, and you're Asian as well, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Chinese for all those wondering at home.
That's right. Folks,
If you like it, call in and tell me.
yes, that's right. I'll put her number in the description.
Yeah. But I mean, also, I mean, like they just have like really fun pop music that like I think really helped me when I was like very depressed, like during COVID time. And I was like, wow, pop music actually fixes your brain's chemicals. And Wellbutrin.
Do you is it the music part more, or is it the music in conjunction with their videos?
I would say the music in conjunction with their
bitch.
videos, because they're quite good at dancing. Actually, the dancing was what really drew me in at first, because they're really, really good at it. It's actually insane. Yeah.
Okay, and then they have like, I'd agree, but I'm also their outfits are so meticulously planned, it seems.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, like their stylist has been working hard, and I would say carrying BTS on his or her back or their back for quite some time.
Is that a dream job? Would you want that?
Definitely
Or
not.
no?
I would fail so bad. I would just be like, wear these jeans and you'll look great. I mean, they've worn a lot of ridiculous shit. So I guess in a way I couldn't fail, because like they could wear the most ridiculous things and still look really good.
What is your dream interaction with them? Not to be a stylist, I guess. Seems like you're more focused on becoming a satirist and comedian.
I've thought about this really hard. I would love to host SNL and then be the musical guest.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
I could see that. That would be yes. Every single sketch, it's like just you and them, and it's like stuff like we have to dance, but it's not going well. We need somebody to fill in last second and save this musical number.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then you do it comedically.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how it would be. I've thought about that a lot, actually. I'll be like, is that a dream of mine? I think so. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. Is BTS the primary one, or are there others we should know about?
Oh, like K-pop groups?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Shit, fuck.
Yeah, I mean, like Blackpink is like very popular, like also garnering a lot of attention, like in the States. And there's also like lots of other groups that like have been around for a long time. I mean, like Big Bang, I think was probably one of like the first like boy groups that like they were really popular when I was in middle school, and now they're like older, and like I don't even know if they make music anymore. But
they're considered like the old school hip hop. But
no,
for K-pop, I don't know.
So the old school, I watched a Vox Explained, I think is what it's called, about K-pop. It was like 20 minutes long, so I'm an expert now. And I think the original, like what they pinpoint as like the main source of like inspiration for K-pop, that is like their version of like the 90s hip hop or whatever.
Chuck Berry. I'm sorry.
No. Taiji and the Boys, I think is what they're called.
Okay.
Wow, I'm just gonna probably spew so much misinformation like I did on like, other people's podcasts. Whatever. Anyway, yeah, they but Big Bang like was like a 2000s like type of
No, for sure.
beat. Yeah.
You know what? We don't have to, folks. We don't have to get into the weeds with this. I think what the people want to know is less the detailed facts about it.
Okay.
And I don't know what the people want to know. You guys
Call in and tell.
I'm your conduit for right now. I think what I'm interested in knowing is more your relationship to it and all that sort of thing.
Oh,
you know what I mean? So it's like so it's cool seeing that you are also interested in the history of it. Kind of like strikes me as when people are like, oh, the 1970s were this baseball player's peak.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right,
You're like, that's when Taiji and the Boys in the 90s were going through they had a popularity boom, and then you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I mean, like, I feel like I don't know. I mean, I feel like most people at least will just be like, oh, I'm bored. I'm going to read like some stuff on Wikipedia. But also there was so much downtime during the lockdown that I was like, oh, any question that pops into my head that I don't know the answer if I'm going to Google right now. So like, I feel like back when, you know, I don't know, when we had more priorities and things going on in our lives, similarly to how we do now, like if I think of something, I'm like, I wonder what that is or what it means. Like, I'll be like, oh, I'll Google it later. But during lockdown, I was just like, I'm going to Google everything and anything right now. And so that's kind
of become pure BTS. I forgot the acronym. Is that right?
BTS, yeah.
Totally. Like, it's one of those things where like they completely slipped my brain for a second. I'm like, is that right? That sounds like bowel tract syndrome.
Wow.
So,
oh yeah.
But freaking no, yeah. So you like, okay, so untangenting.
Okay.
And then maybe retangenting.
Okay.
But so that Stan army you feel like would be perfect for attacking somebody online.
Yeah, I mean, like, did you hear, like, because over, like, when it was still, like, the president election time, like, I think Trump was supposed to have some big-ass rally in, like Kansas or some shit, and like, a bunch of, like, K-pop stans on Twitter, not even just, like, the BTS fans, but, like, all sorts of K-pop stans, they, like, fake reserved, like, a bunch of seats and, like, crashed the website or something like that.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, and they have done something similar on, like, an app that was, like, I don't know, like some kind of like pro police app for like reporting shit or something, and they like crashed that app by like just like bombarding it with like their traffic.
Is BTS, are there like American fan base like active left list, like active?
I would say
leftists?
so.
Like,
yeah, just because like they're
not what I expected. I thought it was gonna be a lot of well, okay, I could see it being a lot of teens, but I can also see teens these days being much more leftist. What are your thoughts?
Oh,
I don't know.
Wait.
Leftist Brooklyn podcast. What's up, gang? Something.
Oh, we're so different from the other podcasts in Brooklyn that aren't.
What's up? Let's talk about poop.
Famously leftist topic. Yeah, no, I would say like I would say the demographic of their fandom is like probably skews younger, and I would say that they're definitely more left leaning than they are like conservative. Just because like, I mean, BTS themselves are like they're like young people. They like have this message of like, oh, like you should take care of like your mental health, and you should like, you know, be well and like be happy. And like they've also like individual members have come out being like, oh, you know, like if you're gay, like cool, that's sick. Like so.
Hell yeah.
That's when you know they're leftist.
That's the name of the podcast. If you're gay, that's cool. That's sick. Name of the episode.
Yeah, that would be great.
Dang. Yeah, no, that's sick as hell.
Yeah. And they have like just this huge reach too worldwide. So I don't know. It's like kind of nice to think about that. I think there are maybe like some countries that maybe like are more conservative, that because like their younger generation has this influence of like BTS, that I don't know. I would like to think it's like making an impact and making people be like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be a bigot.
No, for sure. It's also like if you're xenophobic, it's like this is a Korean pop boys group.
No,
so
for
it's
sure.
Like you have to be like, no, I like that. I like globalist consumerist pop products, right? Folks, we love the schlock that the globalists are peddling.
Yeah, I mean that's
we
like
think it's good. No, I'm sorry. We do actually.
I mean, that's like something I grapple with a lot because like there's a lot of things now that like, because all of a sudden like Netflix and like Hollywood are like, oh shit, Asians, there's something here for us to exploit.
Right.
And like with Crazy Rich Asians, there's Bling Empire, that like reality TV show with the rich Chinese people or whatever. Or actually, it was actually not just Chinese people, but Asians in like the West Coast or whatever. And with BTS too. I mean, like it's just. I mean, is it Asian entertainment to appeal to the white gaze?
That's what you've heard it here first, folks. I said it. That's a direct quote from me.
To be clear, I'm saying gaze, Gaze, not gay plural.
Okay, I was saying.
Okay, I see now what's happening.
No, yeah, but I mean, I think that's totally fair. I mean, like,
Yeah.
You look at like Disney and like they're making, it's like Disney princess of every different race and creed, but it's like at the same time, Disney's just like hyper conglomerate, fucking.
And it's weird. I mean? Yeah, it's weird too because like I'm stoked that like younger kids get to see characters on TV that like represent them or they affiliate with, because like I definitely consumed so much television as a child, and it was like so many like white people on TV that like for a lot of like my childhood, probably all the way up and through like high school, I was like, oh, like my life would be better if I was a white person. Yeah, that's like very strongly how I felt for like a very long time. And then once I got to college, I recall when I had the realization of like, whoa, I'm super Chinese, and that's just not gonna go away.
When did that happen?
I was like a freshman in college.
When did you realize you were Chinese?
When I was at the ripe age of 18, folks. Yeah.
That is a funny.
You can get there too, okay, if you try hard enough. You just have to go to state school, and I don't know.
Was there a moment was there a true epiphany moment, or was it a series of like?
I think it was like definitely like a long time coming, but I think it really shifted for me when I had left high school, and I had made, I think, some really good friends like towards like the end of like my last 2 years of high school. Like friend wise was like very tumultuous for me like early on, but then like once I got to college and I joined Erasable Inc., UMD's only all improvised performance team.
That's right. That was supposed to be the first question because they were going to talk about how we knew each other. Johnny was actually like the seventh question.
Fuck that guy.
But sorry.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I feel like I got to meet like different kinds of people, like just doing improv and like more actually, performing.
That's how we met. And so what you're saying is you didn't realize you were Chinese until you met me.
Yeah, that's true.
You saw how white I fucking am. And you're like, damn, I'm Chinese as hell.
I know. I was like, look at that guy. He really fully embraces him being white and having Tourette's. Like, I should be able to embrace being Chinese.
Did I have Tourette's when we met?
Yes.
Oh, sick. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't always have Tourette's, by the way. Figure that out. I had a realization that I had Tourette's when I was 21.
When did you like develop for you?
So I did. I guess I haven't told that story on it's a new podcast. People don't really know anything about. Yeah. Just one day I kind of decided to have it.
Oh, sick.
That's like this is how my comedy career. No, I did psychedelics when I was 21, and like they seem to have affected my brain. Like, so I had some milder form of Tourette's growing up. Shit, fucking like a head twitch and stuff. But then doing psychedelics, something with the serotonin imbalance seems to have kicked off.
Whoa.
It wasn't like immediate. I first like kind of had like auditory hallucinations and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Fucking. And then it slowly, as that shit kind of faded out, the Tourette's faded in. It was weird as hell.
Whoa.
Yeah, I went. I want to get back to.
I did not know this.
Sorry, my tangent is too fucking interesting. But I do want to get back to the Chinese stuff. You'll have to you'll have to slowly piece together my life narrative for multiple podcast episodes.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give you it all at once, folks.
Which is saying a lot, because I think I met you when I was a freshman in college. So I was like 18 or 19.
Right. Okay.
By the time it was
I?
Albright, I think I was 19.
I was in.
You
I
were.
was either my third or fourth year already.
I
Yeah.
recall. I think that you were probably in your fourth year, and then I was like, oh, like this like Benny guy is so cool. Like, too bad like I won't like get to see him at the next like festival. But then I was like,
Drexel's 5 year.
Yeah.
Also went to Drexel. Self-docs. Fuck. I'm giving out too many little nuggets of my life story. Fuck.
yeah. And I realized that pretty quickly because I think, there were some other members in Drexel there that I was like talking to, and they're like, yeah, most people go here for 5 years.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
And shout out Caitlin Brady. She went there for 6 years.
Yes, I remember her.
Because that's the architecture.
She was
thing.
very cool and very nice.
She's the best.
Yeah.
Gotta have her on the podcast if she's comes to town from.
She's in the West Coast, right?
That's
yeah,
right.
That's right.
But back to you realizing.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of tangents because I definitely do want to jump back to Erasable Ink at some point.
Yeah.
But I'm also curious where we left it off with you realizing.
Yeah.
Yourself.
Yeah, I think also I realized when I was like in the improv team, and the improv team was very white. I was one of the first non-white members in a really long time. One of the founders actually was Asian, but like there was just a very long period of time where it was just like only white people pretty much. And so I think when I joined, I like kind of realized the I don't know, like the different like perspective that I think I bring to the table. And then also like my friend Rad, you know Rad.
Yeah, Radcliffe?
Yes, Radcliffe, yeah. He was like, I think one of like the older members that I like bonded with like very quickly. And he's trans. And so I feel like, I don't know, hearing so much about like him and like his experience, and then not trying to equate me being Chinese as like my friend transitioning.
Right.
But I don't know. It was just like I hated like being Chinese for a long time. And so I feel like being able to see the way that like Rad and like a lot of the other people around me like really embrace like who they are and like really love themselves. I was like, oh my God, I can do that too.
Now you're like really in your fucking face about it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I'm kidding, but I'm also not, because I do think that is part of what you're going for.
Mm-hmm.
With I see like the satire, the Lunar Times.
Yeah.
Julia runs a satire mag.
Yes.
Slash online publication, I'll call it.
Yeah, it's pretty much what it
called
is.
the Lunar Mag.
Yeah.
And it's specifically very Asian perspectives.
Yes.
On different situations. Yeah.
We try not to like so our slogan is like the Lunar Times and Asian the Lunar Times, a satire and humor site for all Asian Americans. And we emphasize all Asian Americans because I do think that sometimes like the vernacular, when people say Asian Americans, like South Asians, Southeast Asians get left off of that list, or like even Middle East Asians.
Like Israeli.
Yeah.
The Jews.
And it's like,
can I write for this? Yo, what's up? Let me in.
knocking on the door.
Yo, I just find out I'm Asian. This is my moment of realizing that I'm Chinese.
Wow, I hope you remember this for the rest of your life.
So sorry.
Let's take a little sip.
Hell yeah, folks.
Let's see.
You want it to be a very inclusive for all Asian.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what that. Yeah. And so I think through that also our big thing was like, well, I'm not gonna try to gatekeep like being Asian. Like especially I was wanting to be inclusive of obviously, you know, the entire diaspora, but also like people who like are half or like, you know, whatever mixed version that they are. To like,
is that for your boyfriend only? Is that like,
well,
Johnny's half? Shout out Johnny.
Yeah, actually I made the determination that half Asians are allowed to identify as Asian because of John.
All
so
right.
you guys are welcome.
It's like a quarter is the cutoff. You're like,
I have no clue, honestly. It's really whatever people want to determine for themselves.
You're not gatekeeping. That's the whole point. Is
Yeah.
You're not gatekeeping.
Yeah.
I would say roughly 3, like I don't know, like 3% or so. I don't know what the.
We can discuss a cutoff
3/4
behind closed doors.
Not
for the people to decide, you know.
Right. No, for sure.
And be a hypocrite about.
No, but I do find it. I'll stop being just like casually rude and racist. I do find it really eye opening. Like where you'll do a certain stereotype and I'll go, oh, that's a new stereotype for me.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Like I mean, for us, it's like these are things that we've been talking about like within our own community for like a very, very long time. And obviously like a lot of the content on there like is not for anyone who's like not Asian because they just like won't understand it. But also at the same time, like we'll write satire about like regular ass shit because like surprise, Asian people are regular people too, and we can come up with regular satire.
Big surprise! That's something you only hear on this podcast.
Only on this podcast, and you guys can take that to the bank.
Well, actually, to give an example, you posted one I think either today or like yesterday. I was looking at it, and it's a bunch of bags in a fridge, and it's an older Asian woman has like a fridge full of little baggies of food. Oh, and it's like, and it's something to the effect of, it's like, and that's not a stereotype that I have in my mind. And so it's interesting, like that joke feels insular for the community.
Yes.
To be like, isn't it funny? All of our moms are like this.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I retweeted that on Twitter. And it's like you said, so it's an older Asian woman and there's like bags of like food just like stuffed into a freezer or a fridge. And it's like packed like to the brim.
Is that not a Lunar Times one?
No, that was just a photo.
A tweet. Oh,
yeah.
Gotcha.
And that is like, I mean, I don't know if it's like people's moms that do this. My grandmother, like her freezer looks like that. And she's got like just like wrapped up like frozen chocolate from like 2 years ago, like frozen in there, or like, you know, meat or whatever. And it's just like it's just in little bags, just like stuffed in there.
Would you say this is a negative stereotype that our white people should run with, or a positive stereotype that we should ignore? Sorry.
I would say overall positive.
Being so mean.
Because I would say overall positive because I think it's reflective of like my Asian grandparents don't want to waste food.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
And so also my Asian grandmother loves to, well, I don't know if it's like a result of like, I don't know, bad communism on the part of Chairman Mao Zedong or whatever, but there was a period of time where there was like an aggressive famine where people were like, oh shit, there's no fucking food anywhere. And so it might be some kind of like trauma response of just like, oh, I need to hoard everything, or I need to make things last a long time. So yeah, I don't know. It could just also be that she is a like 85-year-old like little tiny woman who weighs like probably like 100 pounds, and so she can't physically eat that much, so she has to freeze it.
No, there's something to be said there. Because that my grandma for sure just has a bunch of Tupperware.
Yeah,
so it's something for, and it's like, you know, maybe some sort of distinction.
Absolutely.
In that,
I mean, like my grandmother, I remember when she came, a super random Asian thing that is like very specific to my family. My grandparents on my mom's side, so the same grandmother I'm talking about, they were engineers when they were young, or when they were, you know, not retired. And when me and my brother, or actually mostly just me, when I was struggling in calculus in high school, my grandparents came from China to the US to like help me like learn calculus.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Did it work?
I mean, yeah, I didn't do well on the AP test, but I passed the class.
That's fantastic.
Thank you so much. But like, I mean, it wasn't uncommon for like grandparents to like come and visit like the States for like long periods of time. That was like super common in my family. But it was specifically that the purpose they were coming is to help me with calculus. So when she was here, there was a cardboard box next to her bed filled with like single-use Tupperware. It was like, oh, my mom bought like a 12-pack of like chicken wonton soup that's like frozen from Costco, and they come in those little plastic containers, and my grandmother like kept every single one. She was like, oh, well, there's use for it. And then when she left, she was like, oh, sorry, I can't possibly take all of these Tupperwares with me back to China. And my mom was like, yeah, no. And she just like recycled all of them. Yeah, so hoarding, who knows what the reason why is, right? It could just be a sentimental wonton plastic box.
Definitely. I have seen that like hoarding is like, I mean, it's in contrast to minimalism, where like minimalism is sort of like a rich people thing. The ability to not have to keep like every single thing, whereas hoarding is often if you don't have enough money, you don't know when you're going to need half a chocolate bar. Or
no, exactly.
Like,
yeah, that's exactly what it is. And also, one last thing I'll add about details about my grandmother's freezer that we don't need to harp on anymore, is
Sorry.
a lot of the a lot of the chocolate in there too, or like other treats in there that are frozen, are things that like my mom or like we brought from the States like to China, where like either she wouldn't usually buy it in China because it's so expensive, or you just like can't buy it, or you can but it like doesn't taste the same because it's like the Chinese version of it rather than like made in the US or whatever. So like
It's sort of commemorative. It is a gift item.
And so in that sense, like she wants to like make it last, or like, you know, save it for like when guests come over, and then she'll like break it out, like check out this like Hershey's chocolate, which is like not even that nice.
It's like somebody graduates. It's like time to bust out the American Kit Kat bar.
Exactly.
Damn, that's really cool.
Yeah. I
That's
could go
awesome.
on and on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop.
Oh, you know, actually, I haven't even really consulted the questions because we were flying. But I feel like you don't want me to hammer on this new stereotype in my brain too hard. I'll let it flap loosely in there.
Yeah.
As sometimes this is a thing and sometimes it isn't.
Yep.
Asian people are individuals.
It's true.
That's something I just learned.
Yeah.
Now, erasable ink.
Yeah.
That is one of the first questions. But also, I have next to it tattoo.
Ah.
You got Julia's in an improv group, erasable ink, and they all get a tattoo. Is that correct?
Not all of them. I did not.
Oh, I thought you did.
No.
Oh.
Shit. I
Psych.
had. So yeah, my college team, erasable ink. Our little logo is like an ink splat. And a lot of the members do have it. I famously do not. A lot of the members actually don't either. I would say some of the ones like more recently graduated don't, mostly just because they're not tattoo people. I famously am a tattoo person.
Got a bunch of tattoos.
And
you got one when we were hanging out, by the way. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. On my foot, on my ankle or whatever.
Like an egg. I think,
yes.
right?
Yeah. Oh my God. That was a funny time when I was wanting to go to the show and then I couldn't get in because I wasn't 21.
Oh yeah, Julia. I was in Philadelphia because I lived in Philly most of my life. And Julia and her friend Mel came up from out of town, from Maryland, where they went to school, to see a comedy show. But you guys were not 21 yet, couldn't get in the venue. Well, so to kill time, they went and got tattoos. Is that right?
Yes. Mel is famously older than I am. I think she's actually your age.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Shout out Mel.
Yeah.
Shout out Mel.
How old are you?
About no doxing. I'm some sort of age. Who's to say?
I'm pretty sure.
I'm about to be 28. I'm 27 right now, but I'll be 28 within a month.
Okay, she's either your age or younger than you.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
Fuck.
But I was 20 and I couldn't get in. So then we just went literally 2 blocks away and got tattoos.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's funny. And you had been thinking about getting a tattoo, right? Like before.
No.
No, it was fully.
I had gotten tattoos at this point, and Mel had a few at this point as well. I maybe had like 2 or 3.
So you do have an improv tattoo, folks.
Oh, this is true. This is true. Yeah.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was just like fun. I mean, we were like obviously blown that we like couldn't go to the show, but like also we had been hanging out in Philly all day and we were going to drive back that night. So, yeah, it was just like a fun, like impromptu thing that you do when you're in your 20s.
They both got the same. I think it's the Guyatama, that like egg guy, or is it just
not quite? It was just a little egg guy that she drew and then put like a little frowny face on. Yeah, and then the tattoo artist like cleaned it up a little bit, made it look more 3D as it should, and yeah, that was pretty much it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it does often get confused for that, but we're more original than that, folks.
It's their own unique take on anthropomorphic egg. It's not just. Exactly. Guyatama.
Yeah.
I actually have a tattoo of a cute children's cartoon kitten with no mouth, but it's not Hello Kitty. That's not true. I'm trying to be like as Tom? If I have a similar. No, I don't have it. I don't actually. I got a frog. I got a tattoo of a frog.
Oh, that makes
You'll
sense.
never see it, folks, unless I show it to you. Trying to be withholding.
Yeah, no. I mean, you want to keep people on their toes so they come back and listen more.
A sense of mystery.
Exactly.
Maybe in one of these podcast episodes, I'll do the big reveal of this tattoo. Oh, you missed it.
Yeah.
Up. Sorry.
When you make it big, someone's gonna like rewind it and they're gonna like
Screenshot.
screenshot it, like got it. Yeah. And then turn it into an NFT.
You got a bunch.
I do.
Like.
I have quite a few. I spent way too much money on these tattoos.
They're pretty cool.
And to also wear sleeves most of the time, most of the year. I remember I went to a mic and there was like a guy there hosting that I think like I'd met him a handful of times prior, but like didn't know very well. And I was like checking in to be like, hey, I'm here, like to go up or whatever. And then he was like, I was like wearing a mask, and then he was like, oh, I almost didn't recognize you because like you had all these tattoos on your arm. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, did you just get them? I was like, no, like I've had them for a long time. And I was like, I just wear a lot of sleeves. So
I find that sometimes people don't recognize me until they see me do a tick for some reason. That'll happen. Like I'll meet somebody I've kind of only met once, and then I'll be like, shit, fuck. And I'll be like, I saw you. And I'm like, yeah, man, I'm the guy with Tourette's. That's right.
I often also realize, I mean, for people who I've even met like more than just one time, if I'm wearing my mask, which I feel like I'm one of the people who's like wearing my mask inside the most often, that people like won't recognize me. And I'm when I say people, I refer to like newer comics that I see in the scene or whatever. And it'll like won't recognize me until like, they like stare for like a few moments, or like I take my mask off and I'm like the only Asian girl like in the Brooklyn scene that like comes to these things regularly.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how hard is it to be like, oh, that's that one Asian girl? Whatever.
I see you. I mean, they could be avoiding you because they don't like your act.
It's true.
Julia's horrible.
I'm terrible. I go on stage and I say slurs.
Well, you don't have to pretend you do my act.
Yeah.
It's funny. I actually do say slurs because I have Tourette's. Sometimes I forget that.
Yeah.
Most of my Tourette's are not slurs, but sometimes I'll say. I'm not gonna say it, folks. If you want to. When I start a Patreon, that's when you'll get to hear me say your favorite slur. I don't know if I'm going to monetize this. That's just me doing the Disney thing, where I monetize my Asian friends.
Yeah, no, exactly. That, and you're an ally for that.
Maybe I'll monetize it, and then I'll pay the people half or whatever.
Yeah.
But the thought is, you just started improv. I mean, sorry, you started stand-up. Mm-hmm. You've been doing improv for many, many years, but more recently you've made that jump. Mm-hmm. You had said you were hesitant to. You weren't sure if you were going to.
Yeah, I think for a long time, especially like throughout college, I was a bit of a purist. I was like, I don't think I would want to do anything else that's like not improv. But then like once I don't know, grew the fuck up, I was like, oh, if I actually want to like pursue this and like do it right, I need to be doing it all, or at least try to see like what else works for me. And then like I wrote sketch more like my senior year of college, and then I did the DC improv scene stuff like a year after I graduated. And then yeah, once I moved to New York like last year, my boyfriend John has been doing stand up for a long time, and I just like tagged along with him to mics just to like meet people. And after like 2 mics, people were like, oh, you are here and you're the only one that like didn't go up. Like, what's your deal?
I remember that actually.
Yeah.
Because I remember being at a mic with you and you didn't go up, and somebody said that to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, like I just don't really do stand up. And I had done it before.
I think I've said that to you. I did see somebody else do it, but I also wanted you to do stand-up because I think you're so funny.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
That is very nice.
Yeah. Hit the ground walking.
Exactly. I mean, that's the only way you can when you start doing stand-up is like hope that you can just start walking.
You're doing good though.
Thank you.
Because I've seen you. I mean, obviously, like when anybody first starts stand-up, you're like, okay, they're brand new. You know, but it's interesting to see you be brand new, and then so quickly I've seen you figure out your voice within the space. You know what I mean? It's been cool to see.
Thank you. I still don't really know what my voice is. Most of the time,
it's really loud.
It is loud. I am so loud, aggressively loud.
No, it's great. Yeah.
But I mean, I did it like 2 or 3 times, like in College Park when John was running an open mic, before we had graduated.
Huh? Yeah, put that in front.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Oops,
Couldn't hear you for a second.
Oh,
right.
John was running an open mic in College Park for like a hot second before we had graduated, and I don't know. I like went on stage and I was like, this is fine. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm doing. Like I'm just kind of writing things and just saying things. Very much like new person doing stand up, doesn't know what a punchline is, whatever. And then yeah, once I started dating John, and then like obviously like John has been doing it for such a long time that like so many little things I picked up from him, right? Which are the most basic things that I feel like if you are a new stand up and you don't have stand up friends yet, you like won't figure out until like a little bit later on. And those are things like don't sit on the stool, and like when you go on stage, take the mic out of the stand, move the mic stand aside. Don't just do stand up behind the mic. You know, it's just like things like that. And but when it came to the writing though,
were you sitting on the stool? Were you doing that?
No, I
Oh
never
my
did
God.
that.
I like the idea that somebody would have had to tell you, like you were going up there and just like immediately with like full gravitas vibes being like, what's everybody's deal? I don't know, like Mark Maron style.
Oh my God, yeah. No,
Romantic.
I never did that, but I had seen people do it, and I remember like asking John about it, and he was like, "Don't ever do that," and I was like, "Okay." But I mean, it just helped that like I feel like John is like such a good gauge of things, and we have such similar like I think humor and just in general like good sounding board. And so when I would like write things, I would
gotta have
like,
him on the cast.
Yeah.
What the heck?
What the heck? But he would help me be like, oh, that's not really a punchline, or like, oh, the setup here is too choppy. Like you can get rid of this. So yeah. What I'm trying to say is that it helps when your boyfriend does stand up, and then you can just mooch off of him. And
no, it's helpful to have somebody to like, definitely.
Yeah,
have somebody to bounce stuff off of. Me and Cameron bounce stuff off of each other all the time.
Yeah,
it's funny because like, if I tell a joke and he's like, that's not that funny, and then I go do it on stage at like a bomb or something, I'm like, son of a bitch.
That man was right. Yeah. And oftentimes too, like I'll try to repurpose like headlines from that I've written before, from like Lunar Times stuff or like other things that like didn't work into like a stand-up joke, which I would say maybe there's like a 50% success rate with that. And by success rate, I mean like I did it at a mic and I got a laugh and I was like, okay, that's good.
No, definitely. But
yeah.
Oh, we're being one of those Brooklyn podcast that talks about comedy, but that's how I know you, and that's you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So
well,
fuck, son of a bitch.
I have other interests too.
Oh yeah, that's the next question: is what are your various and diverse interests, and who are you as a person? What's one of your many hobbies that you enjoy and can talk about at length and have it be funny? What are for real? Actually, what is one of your like other interests besides comedy?
Well, so
and
I played piano for a long time. I did buy a keyboard that, surprise, I've failed to use in New York once. But I have it. It's mostly, I don't know what, but like when I went home, like there's a piano at my parents' home, I like played piano and I'll like practice, and like I did that for like 30 or 40 minutes. And it's like a fun thing that I know like there's so much potential that if I just practiced it and then combined it with like my writing, like I could do like comedic songwriting.
Oh, that'd be great. I love I'm a sucker for comedy songs.
Yeah.
I think they're fun.
Yeah, I think they're so fun, and like I could totally, like if I really tried to, I think I could get somewhere with it.
I think they can be horrible.
Yeah.
They can be utter garbage, but or they can be quite fun.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And I don't know why I just haven't done that. Well, maybe next time you guys will.
It could also be partly to have it not be garbage, you have to really try and have to really be careful. I can see that being sort of a meticulous process.
You have to be intentional about it. You have to set aside time every day.
Fuck, we're talking about comedy again. Son of a bitch.
Do you want to hear all my goals?
Fuck.
No.
What's on your vision board?
Yeah. And also, obviously, like, oh fuck, I have to work 8 hours a day at least. And then like by the time it's like 5 o'clock, either I'm so fucking tired and I'm like, well, I just like want to smoke weed and like watch TV and just like melt into like my bed. Or I'm like, oh, I have to go to this mic, or I'm going to this show, and then I'm going to run around and walk 20,000 steps in the span of 4 hours and not eat anything. And then come home. I'm like, oh, man, why do I feel like shit?
One of my hobbies is also job.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's the...
But yeah, I don't know. I would say like other things that I do. I like being crafty. I like... I don't know. I used to do lots of crafts, not
like,
so much anymore.
Like what kind of materials were you talking about?
I used to like fold paper, like origami.
Oh, cool.
When I was younger, I feel like I'm just making hobbies up now because I'm like, oh, I don't have any other hobbies.
Well, when we met, you were so into music.
Yeah.
And I assume you're still into music, but I assume it's shifted because you had said at some point, I think we had both been in a similar place. We bonded kind of previously because we were both kind of hipsters. We were both like really into sort of, trying to be into calling her out. I think the first time we met, we bonded over like, not that Animal Collective and like Fleet Foxes are too hipster, but like we definitely were like we bonded over them pretty heavily at that time.
What's up, guys? My name's Julia. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, and I love Animal Collective, and I'm different than all the other people that are like that. Yeah. No, I'm not from Baltimore. I'm actually from Ellicott City. So it's different, and that's why me liking Animal Collective is like so special and unique. No, but yes.
But I feel like we both de-hipsterized.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like I was saying, pre-cast recording, I was in college radio for all 4 years in college as well. And so there was...
I think I tuned in at one point.
I mean, yeah, I was posting about it all the time, like on Twitter and Insta or Facebook or whatever. But like, yeah, I just... obviously being around those people, and like also people would go to show. We were so accessible to DC too, so like really great venues like 930 Club, and like would have like really cool shows that were affordable too. So like me and my roommate and just like friends there would like go and see shows all the time, and it was just like a really fun thing for me in my little hipster past that you've now outed that I think I would have never admitted to.
Well, when did like. Also, when and why did you kind of choose to stray from the path of God? Sorry.
I guess you could say I realized, damn, this Christianity shit is boring. Or no. I mean, I was like, it's kind of corny because like I thought I was like being, well, okay. I did genuinely love a lot of the music that I was like talking to you about. I think that is like apparent.
I still love some of that music.
Yeah, I still do too. And I feel very nostalgic about it. But also I was like, I should not be trying to make this like my whole personality, because like liking music is like not a personality trait. And also like liking music that you think that other people don't know is like also not a personality trait.
Yeah, it's just gatekeeping.
It's just gatekeeping. Yeah. And I was like, oh wow, I've been gatekeeping for 4 years and now I'm exhausted. So I should just stop. Yeah. And then also, yeah, I think I got really depressed like after my junior year. There was like a period of time, like my senior year, I was like very depressed, and I kind of just lost interest in music. And I like admitted that to my therapist, and she was like, that's depression. And I was like, sounds about right. So for like a period of time, I was just like uninterested. And then I feel like that just kind of like set me back a little bit, because I used to really enjoy like finding new music, and not even like, oh, new, it was made this year, but like new music from like olden times that like I just didn't listen to.
Like the Beatles.
I was a big Beatles head for like
Julia
a hot
was
minute.
Huge Beatles head. We disagreed on that front. I'm not a big Beatles guy. I'm more of a Beach Boys kind of guy.
It's kind of tacky of me to be like, I love the Beatles, but I still do.
Like, I feel like people think it's like a contrarian thing where I'm like, I don't like the Beatles. And
right.
Like, I've just never heard a Beatles song that's like really made me like, hell yeah. I don't know. I just don't get it.
Well, similarly, I did psychedelics when I was 21, and afterwards I did not develop
like the Beatles.
Yeah, I
Whoa, I understand Ringo.
That's exactly
That's what happened.
Not Ringo so much as George Harrison.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's George Harrison.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. When I get too excited, I tend to pull the mic away because it's embarrassing.
That's okay. As long as they can see you, they can kind of put together.
Yeah.
What you're saying is.
Yeah.
Maybe. So actually, you had a George Harrison like.
What did you say?
Send me like some Beatles songs that you think I would actually like.
Okay.
I mean.
Yeah.
No promises that I'll actually like it, but I'll give it my best shot.
And that's fine. I've listened to their whole discography, so I'm happy to send you like my top 5 that I think you would like, and then I'll also send you some of their most garbage songs that are just like hilarious to listen to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably listen to this first.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm trying to be, I don't know, a little more open minded with music. Like I started listening to ska. And I'm like, you know what I mean? Because I'm always like, it's with stuff when people, like, I'm trying to like you know, if people think something is cringe or whatever, I'm trying to be like, all right, well, what do people like about this, and what you know what I mean? Can I enjoy?
Yeah.
And so I found some really good ska that I really enjoy.
I would love to know what ska you're listening to right now.
Dude, I'll send you a freaking ska song.
Okay.
Honestly, I've only found like 1 or 2 songs that I really, really vibe with.
Okay.
But
which band?
Planet Smashers.
Oh, okay, I don't know them.
A song is called like Missionary's Downfall or something.
Okay.
Like that. But yeah.
I famously was very into ska when I was in high school because my brother was smoking a lot of weed in high school. So he kind of opened the floodgates of Sublime and Slightly Stupid and lots of other whatever. And also there was a local ska band from Maryland, from Aberdeen, Maryland, called Ballyhoo. And they have this really great song called Cali Girl. And it's very popular, I would say, amongst like millennial townies in Maryland that like lived in Maryland their whole life and have been like partying at Maryland local bars their whole life. And like they know Ballyhoo.
Shit.
It's weird.
It's a regional classic.
Yeah. And but yeah, Ballyhoo, I think I've seen live like 3 times because like when I was in high school and I got a license and I was like, oh, I like smoking weed too, I can do that. And then I would like go into the shows.
Wait, so it's okay. Is ska connected to weed in your head?
Not so much now, but in high school when it was definitely more like, yes, it was.
Okay.
But then also it was associated with like the summertime too, of like, oh, I feel good. It's the summertime. I'm listening to ska. I'm smoking weed with my friends. Like,
for some reason, it's connected to Tumblr for me in my brain. Because I don't know.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Not entirely sure why. I feel like there's that old Tumblr. It was like Improv, Team, or Ska. Also, maybe Tumblr's coming to mind because I'm talking to you, and I feel like that was part of our. Tumblr used to be a big social element. I think we followed each other. I don't fucking remember.
I don't think so. I was not really big into Tumblr.
No? Okay.
I don't think so.
Maybe not. Yeah.
It's possible I kind of just like sent you like, oh, this is something I post on like once a year. But
dude, I got no idea.
Yeah,
I definitely had a big Tumblr phase.
I had a Tumblr phase in like high school.
I'm revealing too many facts. Fuck. I'm gonna dox my freaking Tumblr and find all the GIFs I retweeted, reblocked. What is it?
Reblog. Yeah.
Was it? Okay.
I think so. Yeah. I think mine is deleted. My old one.
Pixie chicken or something.
I can't even remember what my Tumblr was. Yeah.
Shit. Fuck. I was like Feld Frog or something, which is my current thing, but it was like it was something a little different. Like Feld is the frog.
Oh.
I don't know, dude. Wait, hold on. Let me let's check this freaking. We're doing Define on time. I want to make sure I get a question or two in. Let's see. We got I think at some point you told me that for online something you like to do is to fixate on like reposting one animal. Do you remember this?
For a period of time I remember I would like post photos of animals on my friends' walls and just be like, haha, look at this, and I would like post like 5 of them.
Okay, nope.
No, not that.
No, I'm I mean, maybe that's it. But I think it was in the context of Twitter, and you had
Oh,
said,
yeah. I there was a period of time where I was like following various like bot accounts that would produce like a photo of a certain animal every hour. So I was following a possum one for a long time. I was following this one woman who like had a farm where she would post photos of like this one cow for a while. Shiba Inu. I mean, great Japanese dog.
like the perfect face.
Yeah, absolutely. I would still love to. Well, I don't think I'll ever get a dog, or at least not anytime soon, because I'm leaving the house at 5 o'clock like almost every single day. And famously, you can't do that if you have a dog.
You're saying the word famously. Every time I see you, you have some sort of new word. I think I got the word slaps from you, to be honest.
This shit slaps.
Yeah.
John says that a lot.
Shit fucking.
Yeah.
But with the animal thing, I remember it being like part of your, like you, like as a advice in general to somebody, part of your online brand to every once in a while be retweeting and be obsessed with a specific animal.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I remember I used to be like really good at Twitter when I was in college. And it was solely because I was tweeting all the time, which newsflash, the algorithm likes it when you do that. But yeah, I definitely remember saying that to somebody one time, but I think I said that with the purpose of being like, just be random and like be unique and like, don't like just say the things you want to say.
And that's the moral of the podcast, folks. Just be random.
Be random,
be
guys.
Random online. Dude.
Yeah.
Everybody loves when you're freaking
random. When you're still freaking random.
You're freaking random, dude.
Yeah. So random.
Shit. Okay.
Wow, you're really digging deep on these things that we talked about many, many years ago.
They're the little nuggets that have stuck in my brain as Julia-esque. I'm like, you know what I mean?
Can I ask you something?
No.
Okay.
God, no. Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I remember a while ago you had sent me like a presentation or a slide deck of like
redacted secret project. I'm like playing a little coy because I don't want to give people the information because I want to release it all at once.
Yes. No, definitely.
But I'll give the gist, and the gist is just that like props are funny.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's the main thing.
Oh my God. I learned that when I saw Martin Urbano.
You know, I'm doing that joke, but props are actually totally funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%.
Okay, just to go in on the idea where it's like people are like, prop comedy. It's like, dude, it's still a joke is a joke. You know what I mean? To think that prop comedy is any lesser is foolish.
I realize that like, so I think for me, because the background I come from is like improv, which is like you are supposed to, when you start improv, like you learn all the rules, you get really good at knowing the rules, and then you thrive in the rules space, and then you break all the rules. And so when I had been in that phase of just like, I'm just breaking all the rules all the time, which I probably shouldn't have been doing, but whatever. And but that's like a big like philosophical thing of like, oh, like break the rules. And then when I started doing stand up, I think part of the reason why I like didn't want to do it was because I was like, oh, it's so rigid. I have to like know things and say the words in a certain order. And so I think like when I realized, or at least I was like, I really liked Hassan Minhaj. And so Homecoming King was a slideshow, and Patriot Act, mostly also slideshow. And I also like to stand up too. And people were like, oh, but it's like slideshows and like, it's not really stand up. And I'm like, what? I was like, why are you trying to make your life harder? I was like, stand up is already so hard to begin with. Like, why wouldn't you give yourself visual aids, or like, which could be in the form of a PowerPoint or like fucking posters, sticky notes. I've seen people do like a poster presentation that was like a comedy thing, like at like a variety show in DC. And yeah, same thing with props. Like, why not? If you know it works and it's funny, like what's the big deal?
No, okay, yeah, I'll definitely agree with that. I also am like, I'm not the biggest fan of that special he did because it did feel a little like claptery.
Sure,
but I do. I did think his show was pretty. I think it's funny in general.
Yeah.
But I absolutely agree with the concept of that innovating within that space.
Yeah.
Like I love, I don't know, any sort of new, like if somebody does characters in the show. I watched a full mime special the other day.
Whoa,
that shit was awesome.
Can you send that to me?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know, anybody doing anything unique. Julio Torres' special.
Yeah.
It's prop comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think people don't realize that.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, if you want to do PowerPoint comedy,
Yeah.
definitely do it.
Yeah.
The one issue you run into is that people won't have that tech.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, which is why I think like I saw the poster presentation, or people will like have something that's like more manual. But again, it's like you're lugging shit around. You know what I mean? So I get it. But I don't know. For me, like, I think maybe because I obviously like respect stand up and all the other forms of comedy, but like, for me, I just don't really think that I see it as something that I will latch onto in order to like further my career in the future. You know what I'm saying? Because like I definitely, I think I get a good exercise out of like writing jokes and like doing open mics and like doing shows here and there. But like I think for me, what I'm hoping will help me take off or whatever is going to be writing and like
Times.
I don't know. Yeah. We'll see about that. Disney, if you want to exploit us, I welcome it.
Yo, hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, ideally it would be something like performance, like acting or like comedic acting, or like writing a TV show.
I could definitely see you as an actor.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I would like to think.
A comedic one, even.
I would like to think that I am a better actor than some other like very purist comics. Because I think I think a lot of stand-ups, especially those that maybe don't come from an improv background or acting background, don't really know what their bodies or faces look like when they're on stage. No self-awareness.
I think that's true.
Yeah.
Every time, I think I feel like that's accurate. Like when I see a photo of myself on stage, I'm like, ah! You know? But I think, especially because you've done improv for what, like 8 years or something?
I wouldn't include pandemic years, so I'm going to say like 6.
Okay,
yeah.
Sure. Still a while. You know what I mean? You're classically trained. Yeah.
I mean, I didn't even take any classes. All of my training is like performance, which I would arguably say is definitely more valuable than taking classes. Because also, if you ask a lot of like very seasoned improvisers, they'll be like, taking classes is a scam. It's just a way for you to get your foot in the door at the theater so that you can like audition for a Herald team or audition for an ensemble team. And that's how it was at the IO. Like you had to take classes, finish them in order to even qualify to like go into an audition for an ensemble team. So I think that way of doing things is slowly being casted out because of, you know, those, I mean, the Second City, UCB, and the IO kind of like hitting their day of reckoning, right? Like during COVID when the lockdown and people were just like angry online because they were angry in real life.
Like UCB's been completely asylum now.
Which really sucks. I mean, like, I've been to the asylum, great. And like Squirrel is doing also really cool things. A lot of former UC people are there. But like I have $2,000 in UCB scholarship credits.
No!
And I'm just like, well, I guess.
Transfer to the son of a bitch.
I could take online classes to do like sketch, which I feel like is fine. I mean, sketch I think is fine to like take online. But I would never waste that on doing an improv class online. Folks, don't do that. Don't take an improv class online.
Doing yes and on a freaking Zoom, dude.
You're going to look so stupid. And you're going to feel stupid. And that's not going to go away.
How are we doing on time? I think we're going pretty good. I just know I'm like, I hope the audio isn't too loud because I see it keep doing the red thing. Oh, maybe it's fine.
From what I remember from college radio, I think your voice is like fine to like go into the red. It's the if you play music, it's not supposed to go into the red. That's not helpful at all.
That's right, gang. That's useful to me. So if you start singing, I'll turn you down.
Yeah.
I think I hit everything on my freaking list.
Oh shit.
Improv, Maryland, white people. You talking about white people?
Yeah, we did. We did do that.
Asian people. Lunar Times. Do you have anything you want to plug? Definitely the Lunar Times.
Yeah, definitely Lunar Times. At the _Lunar_Times on Twitter and IG. I mean, if you just search us on Facebook, I'm sure you could find us, but no one fucking uses Facebook anymore, so there's no point in doing that.
I deleted my Facebook.
You were, prior to the death of your Facebook profile, you were Anthony Thomas.
You're going to dox me?
Yeah.
You're going to dox my buddy?
Yeah. No.
Shout out Thomas Anthony Mazza.
I don't even know. Wait, that was as a real person?
That's my friend, yeah.
Oh.
As a bit, I stole his identity. I used to try to give him the weirdest Facebook notifications I possibly could, where it'd be like, click this to like have recommend a book. So he'd get a notification that's like, Benny Fellman wants you to recommend a book. And I would like try to do all the weirdest stuff. And so like, for some reason, I don't remember the context, switching my name to his name, like his full name, and then like clicking something was just like the funniest thing in that moment. And then you can't change your name on Facebook for 6 months. Like once you do it, you have to stay. So it just was Thomas Anthony Mazza. And then I was like, I'll just stay this. That's hilarious. And so I kept it for literally years.
Oh my God. Wow. Oh my God.
And it was convenient because like people couldn't find me if they didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't want like random people to find me. You know what I mean?
For sure. Wow. That's really funny.
Yeah.
I feel like I doxed you so much on this show.
Yeah, I could do that. All my secrets are out now. You all know that I was a hipster and that I
redacted secret project.
And you know that Julia was a hipster? You found out that she's Chinese. You wouldn't have known that. That's something that I had to know. I found that out. You wouldn't have known that she doesn't have a tattoo of her college improv team.
But I do have an improv tattoo.
Yes, that's right. What other secrets did we reveal of yours?
Other
that you
secrets
just
of
started
mine.
stand-up. Do people know that?
I don't know if people know that or not. I've told people, and they're like, "Oh, okay." I don't know. Yeah.
You say it's your first time every time.
Yeah, wouldn't that be great? Just really put their expectations low, and then they'll be like, "Wow, she actually did like pretty okay for someone who just started today."
Actually, I saw my friend perform. Shout out Chris Wood. First time I ever saw him perform, he's like, "This is my first time." I believed him, and then he crushed, and I was like, "What? That guy's amazing."
That's
I was so
funny.
new that I didn't get that joke yet. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible.
Let's see. Do I have anything to plug? I've got a new podcast. Woo! I got nothing else. You got anything else? Any shows coming up?
Yeah, I'm in a sketch team. We're called 24-hour click
24-hour what?
24-hour click clack. No,
Clack.
24-hour Kiss Club is what we're called. And we're doing a show February 10th at Friend Island at the Fiction Bar Cafe. And then after that, we're doing another show at Star Bar. We actually are filling in for Ladies Who Ranch. They have to drop, so we got their time slot. Yeah.
Okay.
So high expectations to live up to.
Damn.
Our second show ever, and we're filling in for that.
And if you want to see Julia do stand-up, just fucking hang out at the various Brooklyn open mics until it happens.
Yeah.
Just
or you can book me on your show, and I
little sneaky
can't
person.
guarantee I'll do very well. I can do 5. That's it.
Okay, height 5. All right, that's it. I don't know. I'm fucking waving.
Bye.
See ya.